what woke me up, and I rarely share this story because it's kind of strange and unbelievable, but I was eating lunch in 2012 in my corporate attire under a tree, and I was looking up at the sky, as I often did. I was into stargazing, etc. And I thought I saw something, so I looked back near the sun. To the right of the sun was a perfectly equilateral triangle coasting through the clouds at a very controlled pace. And it was like a silhouette. And I thought maybe it's a shadow of a plane or something, but this was not a plane silhouette. It was a perfectly straight equilateral, very large. In comparison to the sun, it was a little bit smaller, but it was going through clouds, and it was no plane. A plane would have been much, much smaller. So as it was going through the clouds, it was a sunny day, but there was some clouds. And this is when I didn't even know about chemtrails yet or anything. So they could have been chem clouds. I don't remember them looking strange. I do remember just there was a few clouds near the sun. And I remember I was anticipating it coming out of the clouds so I can get a good look at it. And when it was due to come completely out of the clouds, it disappeared into thin air. And I got this huge jolt of energy right when I saw that, because I couldn't believe my eyes. It just completely dematerialized. And I ran back into my work. I told everyone there. I was like just totally like blown away and ecstatic. And everyone said, "Oh, you're on drugs," and I was like, anyways, after that sighting, I had a few more UFO experiences. One was on that New Year's, I think it was New Year's Eve of 2013 going into 14. And Sarah and I were on our back porch right at midnight. And right at midnight, we go out, we're looking to the south, and there's a giant orange orb. I mean, it was big, way bigger than any star. And it was just stationary. And we didn't really think anything of it. We thought like it was something to do with like New Year's, like a blimp or something. But it was totally stationary. And well, 2 weeks later, someone sends me an article saying, showing how people all over Northern California had seen something on New Year's Eve. It was like an orange orb, a red orb, orange orb, all these sightings around midnight. And I was like blown away because I was like, yeah, Sarah and I saw something too. We didn't think anything of it at the time, but yeah, we totally saw something too. And so that was corroborated by others. And they said that it it like shot off when people saw it, like at a lightning fast speed. And we didn't see that. We just saw it totally stationary. And then fast forward later, 4th of July of the next year, I think it was 14, I saw something fly over Sonoma Mountain here at a really fast speed and like looked like it rocketed away. And I looked up like MUFON sightings in the area, and I think MUFON is a controlled agency, by the way. So if you have a UFO sighting, don't contact MUFON, based on my intel. But I looked at sightings in my area on the 4th of July, and people had seen like a bluish green craft rocketing away at lightning fast speed as well. And that's basically what I saw. And someone said in the town down from us said they saw it go across the whole sky from, and I just saw it zip over the mountain. It like went over the mountain, and I was like, whoa, that's something else. So I was having these sightings, and I didn't know why, but the first black triangle sighting was what really got the door open for me to go down the rabbit hole. And I'm really grateful that I had that sighting, because I started researching black triangles at that time, and I found out that people had seen black triangles a lot around the same time. In California, the UK, and Texas, there was a lot of black triangle sightings in the middle of the day. So is it a government craft? Probably. I don't know what my opinion is on UFO, if it's, extra dimensional, extra, terrestrial. I know that our government's not telling us everything, and they have, you know, technology that's way years in advance, decades in advance, more than they're letting on. I know that for a fact. So that started my awakening. I've had multiple UFO sightings. I'm bringing this up because I'm going to start posting more on something that I feel is really important, and that is the flat Earth. I know it's ridiculed. I know there's a big account or a few accounts that are saying that it's a psyop, and I feel the round ball Earth indoctrination programming is a psyop. And we don't really have to get into, there's a lot of people probably hating my face right now because I'm saying this. And it doesn't have to be this divisive thing. It can be something you say, hey, this is what I feel based on my research and intuition. I feel is the truth. And take a look at it. We can still be friends, It doesn't have to be this thing where, well, I believe this. And some of my closest organized artist friends are, I don't think they are flat Earth knowers or believers. I'm a flat Earth Gnostic, I know. But I never want to come off as like a know-it-all. But I do know that we are on a stationary Earth plane, and the geocentric model is the correct one, and things revolve around us, and we are very special, and this creation is for us. That's what I believe. That's what I know. That's what but it doesn't have to be this divisive thing. It can just be like, oh, Demo believes this. Cool. Maybe I'll look into it. Maybe you don't have to, but if you trust my opinion, if you trust what I know, you look into it. When I was talking about chemtrails years ago, people laughed at me, people ridiculed me, trolls, shills, everyone. And now that those are common knowledge. So, these things kind of take time to develop and be accepted as common knowledge. But the more you look into it, the more you research, the more decalcified you become, the more you see that this is the reality that we live in. Is not some ball shooting through the cosmos at astronomical speeds and just spinning, and you see the lies and why they would do it. That's really the important thing, is why they would lie to us and indoctrinate us for these 500 years. This Jesuit infiltration. Once you understand why they would do that, it's a spiritual thing. It's to make you think you're not incredibly special. You're just kind of this accident from the Big Bang, and you came from monkeys, and now you're flying through space. It brings you kind of out of touch with creation, and it makes the Earth a little bit less special if we're just one of trillions of worlds hurling through the vastness of the vacuum of space, And if you flip that and you look at the other perspective of the flat Earth, you see that, everything revolves around us, and we are kind of the center of this universe, or multiverse, and we are pretty damn special. And that changes everything, because that means there is a creator. We didn't just come from the Big Bang. We could have come from the Big Bang, but probably not, and we probably didn't evolve from monkeys. We are probably a real actual creation, and this world is made for us. This is our home, and that's why it feels so good to ground in earth and eat things that come from the earth.